All right, let's move on. This upcoming dungeon, quote unquote, which is the weapon manufacturer, is actually one of the hardest of the games, which includes most of the stealth sections. Um, but let me use also this time, might as well, to talk about to continue talking about what we had in the previous part about Victor. Again, it feels so odd that we just got introduced to him, and then he gets killed kind of ceremoniously at that for something that the characters could have easily guessed on their own, or at least given an attempt. So it feels very contrived to boot. And to top it off, he originally was supposed to be called Julius, like the very beloved and support guy from the Sorrow duology. And I get the idea that Dave Cox, got that information and was like, guys, if you pull that shit off, people are not gonna like it. So let's use something that we know it's not gonna piss off the fans.
Not just that, the death of Victor is not well handled in the grand scheme of the game here. Like, think about what we've learned about this guy. He is essentially humanity's last hope that is safeguarding what's left of humanity in the city. He is their leader, the leader of the Brotherhood, and he just died. Like, look, I get that he feels that he owes Dracula a favor, but seriously, my dude, a full-on sacrifice, especially for, in hindsight, an enemy that should have been easy for Zobek to find. But regardless, he just up and sacrifices himself because, Dracula did it. Now, granted, there is that one little line he says, "You are now the last Belmont," which I guess implies he knew that Dracula was Gabriel, except...
No, again, ever since the events of Mirror of Fate, Simon knew about who his grandpa was, thanks to what Alucard ultimately said to him.
Alucard actually okay.
The entire final encounter of chapter 2 is that, Jova.
I don't recall Simon actually figuring out that Dracula was.
It's literally told in his face by both Dracula and Alucard.
Weirdly enough, you know the weird thing about Mirror Fate in that regard to you. So Dracula's like, when he figures out that he fought and killed his son, he's like, no. But then when it's against his grandson, it's like, whatever, I'll kill him.
Also, just to notice, this is the last major stealth section in the game. It's actually one of the hardest because you need to pull your strategy very carefully here and use all the tricks at your disposal, because you have to essentially pass through the guard that is right on the gate, but you have these two patrolling around and your bats can only distract them one at a time. So first you need to use this distraction to actually go and possess this guy.
Don't mind me, you just dropped the weapon.
However, you cannot approach the other guard because, again, as soon as you exit possession, the guy will notice you and start spamming his bullets towards you. Again, we're near the end of the game, and yet the Goliath Guard are still this kind of a nuisance. I don't mind, like I said, this stealth section against them, but I do agree that with a couple of people said that we should have got a point near the end of the game where Dracula grows powerful enough to actually take on at least one of them to showcase the fact that he has become, now as powerful as before. But we don't really get that.
I do get what you mean. It's like if you had a Sonic game, you were building up to a supersonic boss fight, collecting the Chaos Emeralds, but then there's no supersonic boss fight, despite the Chaos Emeralds being there.
Oh, you mean like, okay, I'm pretty sure there is at least one game that has what you said, Jova. Like,
yes.
Okay. Maybe Sonic 1, but Supersonic didn't exist at that point.
Well, no. I think you're talking more about like something like, for example, in Sonic Colors we have the Chaos Emeralds, but no supersonic boss battle.
Okay. In that regard, the Chaos Emeralds weren't part of the story in that regard.
True.
I'm talking more so about a Sonic game where, the Chaos Emeralds are an important factor in it, so they're obviously building up to a supersonic boss fight, but we didn't like... Okay, imagine if Sonic Unleashed just ended with, like, you playing as Gaia, the Gaia Temple fighting Dark Gaia, and then that's it. No Sonic, no supersonic boss fight at the end.
Mm-hmm.
Despite all the build-up towards that.
Sure.
But the memorial, by the way, mentioned both about the Cyclone boots, which are, as being said, were given to the Brotherhood of Light, meaning that's one thing also that Victor had, but also the fact they talk a bit more about Gandolfi and the fact that he disappeared without everyone actually knowing where he went. If you remember what what it was mentioned also in his memorial, the toy maker actually was Gandolfi's most prolific pupil, meaning that's where he got the whole skills about giving life to their puppets using part of his soul. Thank you for the experience points. Moving on. Again, the stealth section itself is annoying, but at the very least you can grab a couple of freebies here and there. I haven't mentioned yet actually. The trophy list for this one is technically a bit harder than the one in the first game. I haven't got the platinum yet. I probably could, but I just need to put more dedication a bit into it, so maybe another time. If I recall correctly, a couple of them are by collecting all the memorials, and soldier scrolls. But some of them are slightly hidden, so it does require a bit of attention to be put. All right, let's try it again. And now by switching to the mist, if I can get it just in time, there we go. However, we're not just done yet because the next room has actually laser traps. And not just, these laser barriers, but as you can see, the floor looks a bit peculiar, and we need to get to that vent. I think I'm actually going to showcase what happens if you step on the wrong ones. Alright, you basically have these pressure sensor, and if it goes off too much, let me see if... Yeah, this is also where the double jump comes in hand, because some of these platforms... Oh shit! Yeah,
Oh boy.
This happens.
Fuck!
Well, that's one way to repair burglars.
Well, I mean, yeah, you lost 50 points of health.
Well, again, it's Dracula, so yeah.
Imagine that you get impaled, but it's like, oh, you lost a bit of health? Okay.
And by the way, the mist doesn't work either.
Welcome to the
Let's try
many
it
deaths
again.
of Count Dracula.
So what you're telling me is that the laser rooms from the first Resident Evil movie would have been a nightmare for Dracula to deal with.
Not really, because he probably could have used the mist power, and that would have been effective against them.
Are we sure, Tio? Maybe those lasers were made to deal with even the supernatural.
These lasers are just for identification, not for actually cutting someone, so...
But what if they made it so that the lasers are still, not
Lethal.
usable even with the mist?
God damn it!
Oh!
Oh my god, no.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Okay, that was
to be
cheating.
fair, that was me just fucking up. The problem with the mist power is that it has such a short duration. I wish they elongate just by an extra second and a half or something.
It's like you said, at the very least they should have made it. They should have made it so that eventually your powers get powered up, like in addition to being able to do the mist longer.
Mm-hmm.
Again, yeah, I think the way I see it, the first game definitely felt like it had a good, consistent pace. This game, while it does in some cases have higher highs, I feel it does also have lower lows, so...
Alright, let's go to the top to confront the CEO, which is actually, I mentioned before, and is voiced by Alistair Parker, which is a TV actor but has plenty of roles in video games. Apparently, Pedro is the voice actor of Batu for Ni no Kuni 2.
Oh, there you go.
Among other things, obviously. It was apparently in one episode of Doctor Who as well. Trevor, what are you doing? Trevor, we don't really have time for this now.
He's guiding you.
Some guide.
It's take your child to work day at the office.
Well, I'm sure it's nothing. Moving on.
Guess the office really had nothing better to do.
That buildup of the music sounds ominous.
Mm-hmm. It's commonly used for that kind of tense foreshadowing moment.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll be fine.
And yeah, Dracula just strolls into his room. Nergal Meslamstea.
Very rude, isn't he, Dracula? Just bursting into someone's room without knocking. Voldemort?
He has a nosebleeds, no.
Oh, Voldemort in the Philosopher's Stone.
Excuse me, do we have an appointment?
Do my eyes deceive me?
Rude.
And now, young Belmont, you will die.
Basically. He's not gonna kill us, but it will be enough for Dracula to not be able to move properly, which is what the acolyte wants.
Unlimited power.
Okay,
but I
get it over with.
but I saw Palpatine do it on TV, and I thought it would look so fun.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, now you're supposed to do something. If you don't do anything, the acolyte will just approach you like this very slowly. So occasionally taunting you, but if it reaches you, you get this game over sequence. I just wanted to leave it here because it was worth it. So...
Dirty.
Hear me, beloved father. Open the gates of hell, for I have a gift for thee.
And yeah, basically with these Satan wins, but you know, as I said, let's do the way the game intends.
Yeah, that's a bit of a downer ending, so let's
I guess you do nothing.
What you're supposed to do is to limp towards the place where Trevor pointed at you. Ow. Yeah, and you need to keep going despite everything. I wonder if the devs wanted to be cute and slightly reference the microwave tunnel scene from GS4.
We thought you dead.
Also, I cannot imagine Robert colliding to record all those like dozens, all those dozen different type of grunts.
What if Robert Carlyle was really being electrocuted?
Poor bastard.
That's some method
dedication.
acting there.
Well, I didn't say he was, but yeah, what if he was?
Eternity alongside my father awaits you.
Your father is a piece of shit.
Stand still so I can.
He is Satan.
Stand still so I can throw you more lightning.
Also, I don't know, Joe. Mark Twain had some words about you know, the paradox of that. But that's not the time for this because yeah, somehow Dracula manages to pull the acolyte into his own castle psyche.
Uh-huh.
Which this is the ultimate confirmation that this is not just you know, like a mental thing that Dracula is having in the meantime. I saw Nightmare on Elm Street Part 3.
Goodness, was it that bad?
Actually, it's actually the one of the better of the seasons. It's because in a dream like this,
My power here is
yeah.
pathetic.
But he has another trick that he has demonstrated
I
before.
have underestimated you. Accept my apology.
Oh, taken?
It won't
happen again.
Sure. Again, Shiro, you don't need to really know this. This is just a prayer that is giving.
Yeah, actually, that's one thing I'm wondering. Wonder if there's ever been any video games that have been dubbed into Welsh.
Plenty? I mean, you mean Gaelic, there are also cases.
No,
but
Welsh.
But anyway, using this power of possessing statues, the acolyte possesses these 3 toy maker statues that represent Japanese deities. What?
Why not?
Because Mercury's team.
Dracula, I
Because
guess Dracula commissioned the toy maker to make those?
because Mercury's
I
team
don't know-
decided to
I
go
don't
full
know
weeboo.
Okay, I don't know exactly if there are reference maybe to. Oh, let's look at Nergal. The new laws passed by the government give each man, woman, and child the right to defend themselves and their families. It is a situation made possible by the influence of a military corporation which supplies arms to both the police forces and to the business around the city. The director, Nergal Meslamstea, Satan's second acolyte, is a cold and proud being capable of possessing enormous inanimate objects and imbue them without supernatural powers. However, this ability is not limited to just large mundane objects such as stone statues or heavy machinery. Each weapon that leaves a spectre has been imbued with a fragment of his demonic essence, enabling him to influence the mind of those who carry them. And now the Riders of the Storm. 3 imposing stone statues of one of the castle's tallest towers. They represent wind, lightning, and thunder. The Rise of the Storm, born from Legends of the East, come down to Earth to collect the riches of a man who has less favor from heavens. Nergal, making use of his ability to possess objects, divides the demonic essence to get inside the 3 figures, given life and set them difficult powers against Dracula. They Spear, the Shining Sword, and the Roaring Thunder. Yeah, if I recall, these instead are based off the Journey to the West mythologies. My bad. That's Chinese. Sure. Look, buddy, we've done this song and dance with your sister, and it didn't really end well, so
Let him dream.
he's having his moment.
For what little moment he'll have left.
But that's the interesting thing. All 3 statues share the same health bar, but it's structured in a situation where if you deplete enough of one of them, that figure will actually be dead, and you have to rely on to the other 2. Well, there's still some contextual button presses. Jesus.
Your suffering will make hell itself.
I kinda still like the design of these monsters, just that again, they can feel a bit out of place. I actually do wonder if this was like an early concept that they had, and only later decided to implement by saying, oh, this acolyte possesses the ability to put them as the ability to possess statues and stuff.
Your soul will go mad in eternal agony.
Also, it's been a while since we did the Ni no Kuni 2, but this is clearly a different impression that the actor gives from the one that Batu has.
Yeah.
Pain you will enjoy in hell will be as
Then again, like I said, this reign, he has been done several things, so I can imagine it as a different range. Let me see if there's something more interesting that I missed. Oh, it was in Fable 3, Mass Effect 3. Total War on 2. No, this game was actually basically in the middle of his career. Interesting. Sure.
Wow, he's really putting a lot of thought into this.
I mean, this is basically his last stand, so... And yeah, we still get some of the repeated one-liners, but alas. Shit. Yeah, there's also another thing. As you pull away each of the members of the storm, you get a sort of a thing, kind of like Ornstein and Smog in the first Dark Souls, where the remaining statues have their powers a bit more amplified from the missing ones. So you have to also watch out for their attacks. Yeah, that's enough of you. Which leaves the guy with the cannon.
My father even awaits you in his kingdom. Don't make him wait.
It's Jason Isaac, he can wait.
He's
I want-
busy in his favorite role right now.
I wonder, what was Jason Isaac doing around this time? 2014.
Was King Death of Stalin around that time?
Let me see. Fury, We I Love You, Dawn, and After the Fall. No, these
Your soul
the movies that he did around this time and the TV stuff is mostly unknown. Okay, Jova, my memory is a bit fuzzy on that because it's credited here. Did General Shaw got like a cameo voice line in the Legend of Korra?
General Zod literally shows up in book 2.
I forgot. Right, when she visits the spirits of the spirit realm. Because it was
Yeah.
credited there. My bad. Alright, last beat. We need to reach him while avoiding the...
eager to receive you in hell. His thirst for you.
Yeah, again, I do think one of the downfalls of this game is not giving the bosses more dialogue to make it, you know... not
It's
as
weird. Some of them do have, others not so much. I love that parry.
Running out in this damned place. But I will not be defeated.
Sure.
No.
Oh, don't be such a sore loser.
There we go.
There. Made a mess of some perfectly good statues, you did.
Alas.
Oh, look who's crawling on the floor now.
That's some irony, Jorva.
Don't worry, it'll be okay. Well, for one of us, anyway.
Squish.
See? Told you it would be okay for one of us.
So yeah, now we just need to find a way out again of the castle and report to Zobek, I suppose.
Alright, that's anything?
We just defeated the second acolyte, Vibs. Oh, someone is sounding the horn, the horn of Valhalla. What? Trevor.
It's Trevor.
It's Dr.
Trevor,
well,
you're
I
not
was-
supposed to summon Midgard's armor just yet. Come
But it was
on.
Dr. Chase Meridian doing it like he's doing Batman Forever.
No, it's not the bad
What
signal.
would she even be doing here?
Well, hey Joby, you constantly said she was crazy. She's crazy enough to end up here.
Because she's going after another Batman.
Ha.
Yeah, she thought, but she thinks it's her Batman.
Sure.
Again, crazy. She probably gets Batman mixed up.
Well, crazy doesn't always mean stupid.
Well, sometimes Joby, you can be so crazy that all logical thought goes right out the window.
I also another note. I really love the design of the demonic wings. It was supposed to be Corvine, again black, but they give them again the blood borders on it, so it gives this good contrast with the red border, similar to the dashing that I've just demonstrated. You know, again, the usage of blood in the game gives way for very interesting, particle effects. There we go. I think this one actually has one of the Kleidos. It's yes. There we go. Again, you unlock different challenges after you complete a set of 4, so there is that.
Mm-hmm.
I was just checking if I was missing something, don't worry. fine.
If this Dracula could turn into a bat, he could just fly over all these.
No, again, like Jova noticed, this version of Dracula surprisingly lacks the ability. Alright, scroll, waves. Sure, let's keep you with that.
Okay. My hands are still shaking and my heart is still beating furiously in my chest. The horde of Bromios is blowing near here, calling the creatures of the night. So often we pray resounded in the valleys, begging that our village was not the target. Terror floods me now one last time with the certainty that I will die in a vile and cruel feast. The castle is shaking to its foundations. The beasts are coming together to hunt, and I am trapped at the meeting point. All I have left to hope for is that they are hungry and they are thirsty for violence. That they take less pleasure in my pain than in my flesh.
It'll
Okay.
be fine.
In their stomachs, I guess. Though I
Yes.
won't. It does remind me of that Silent Hill comic, Hunger. Alright, Trevor, do you have any input on what's going on?
Hi.
Thank you for bringing me the Mirror of Fate, Father. You know, only you're able to fulfill your destiny.
Oh, turns out the Mirror of Fate was a gift for us.
I saw my destiny.
One we kind of had to collect the pieces for, but still,
you were
thanks,
alone
son.
then. Now you have Mother and me.
Yeah, things are slightly different.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
The mirror can help you sometimes, when it wants to.
Understatement of a century, kid.
Also, the mirror is a giant tsundere, I guess.
The mirror wasn't exactly the best help in Mirror of Fate. Its own game, goddammit.
Choose your family.
It's
Better late
about...
than never, I guess.
Also, yes, Trevor just pulled Fast and Furious and said it's about family. Alright, let's report to Zobek.
A great victory, my friend. There's still one left.
What were you doing the whole time?
And I
Smoking?
fear that it's only a matter of time before he finds us.
Big nicotine sip.
Death of his brother and sister. The third acolyte has come out into the
Yeah,
open.
this time they don't even have to
He
track him
always
down.
power to find those responsible.
He's more powerful than the others.
First a cigar, now a cigarette. Jesus, my dude. What's next? A pipe?
Acolyte commands ultimate possession and control over others.
Oh, that's the delivery for the pipe right now.
I guess so.
Basilica of the city. The church leader's been locked inside there for weeks.
So that's where we need to go.
Must be one of them.
Oh, the third acolyte is a priest, actually.
Our deal, Gabriel.
Yes, Zobek, don't worry.
Destroy the acolytes before Satan can be summoned.
I know I'm not
And you will
stupid.
have the eternal peace you desire.
It is
Not-
what you want, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, was that a look of doubt I saw, Gabriel?
Whatever, you don't understand me.
Go with him.
And yes, we will find out this next acolyte in the next part. So stay tuned for that.
See ya.
Yeah.
Yeah.
then.
See ya.